might as well, they have to really just get up and try to come back in their game, because Impunity in here, although they've got a shaky score as well, having a loss already too. So I think there's some, it could be just like a 50-50, I would say, but chances are still there for Team Secret.
Yeah, it could be, just not a great start for Team Secret. I mean, they are the runner-up for the Season 2 Invitationals, so they definitely has what it takes to take it a bit further. Obviously, one of their losses was against Team Secret in a 15-minute match earlier in the day, so these two teams are very close in terms of their skills, so it could have gone either way. But here's the lineup here for Team Secret: Xuan, TNX, Shisan, Sun, and Yu Han. So no long for this tournament. Interesting. No long for the day, at least.
This game, yes, for this day. But it's going to be very interesting on how they're going to be pulling it off. It could be some surprise plays this time, because, again, there's a lot of catching up to do in terms of getting those points that they need to make it to the top four. So it's no joke in here. It's just best of fun. But then again, let's take a look at Impunity Esports, who got their loss from a while ago from VKS as well. Cheryl, Megumi, Shaolin, Ashing, and Black. Let's see how they're going to be matching up and be prepared up against Team Secret. I wonder if they'll be showing us some Ogren play once more, or the Arlie as well. We'll just have to find out.
Yeah, I just want to correct my mistake there a little bit. Shishan is long, just a little name change. Very interesting to see him change his name in between tournaments. But hey, this is Team Secret at their strongest. This is their strongest roster that is going to be competing here in the Invitational for this mid-season. So yeah, like you said, are we going to see more Arlies? Are we going to see more Ogrens? Team Secret has been showing that they are a team that can play it. And you look at the audience predictions on stcplay.gg, 64% towards Team Secret, 36% towards Impunity. I would say this odds, this supportive ratio is pretty much accurate, at least for me, in terms of how these two teams measure up in terms of strength.
I think this is going to boost the morale of Team Secret as well. Again, they are on a low streak right now. They would very much need this trust and support coming from their supporters and fans as well. So let's see how is this going to be, how is this going to turn out as we later on head on to the draft. But the draft is actually already in here. Let's move forward to it. It's very quickly though. A quick Mai Shiranui secure in here. No Arlie priority, which we've commonly would see from a while ago.
Yeah, we might see Impunity pick that up right away. Arlie left in the pool, Zhang Fei taken out there. They will go for the Arlie and the Delia. Both heroes locked in there, both very strong heroes in the current meta. They will definitely want to pick them up if it's available. But look at that, Team Secret really prioritizing on that single target. Musashi and the Mayin picked up right away. So Team Secret going all in this single target burst. They want to make sure that this Arlie doesn't see the light of day.
That's so true. I was actually wondering, okay, are we also potentially going to be seeing that combo of the Tatiao and rather the Yuan? I would say Yuan is still available, but they anyway have secured they have secured the Lady Gen anyway for themselves. But because usually would wanna go for the Yuan in the mid to just match up against the Mai Shiranui, or just let him be safe. But seems like in here they want to create more space for the Arlie to free hit rather than just gonna go for that sustain. Okay, we go for more damage this time because we just want to burst down later on onto the late game stage both of this Musashi and Mayin.
Yeah, they definitely need the amount of bursts against the Delia. You can't take the fight longer. You can't prolong those team fights because Lady Zen, Dun, the Delia, those are heroes that excel the longer the fight goes. So Team Secret looks like they are kind of all in this single target burst. They're gonna pick up a Garo. That's interesting. Not a hero we see every day in the highest level of competition. We did see RRQ pick that up in their SEA showdown. Unfortunately, it didn't do so well. But Yeah, Team Secret might want to try and change their fortunes with this marksman pick. Still, again, very heavily single target.
Yeah, true. With Garo being locked in. At the same time, Garo is good with, lots of heroes with shielding as she makes use of priority into taking that shield off. But let's see, because it seems like there's going to be a lot of protection and healing coming from the Cyan as well. For the Garo to free hit onto the backline, I think there's a way. Okay, it could be an engage coming from Mai Shiranui, Mayin, or Musashi. Oh, surprisingly, they're all letter M. These all start with letter M. And the Cyan will just be there into the back line. So usually it could be like Ming, but this time they want to go for that sustain. So let's see if they will be able to pull that off, depending on which one is going to be the last pick of Impunity. It's going to be Lamb. So depends. I think now it depends on if they try to take down the life of Garo early on, just go for that early gank so that he doesn't go onto the late game. But definitely in terms of range advantage, she has that up against the Arlie.
Yeah, definitely. But Arlie is one of those heroes that can go towards the backlines if the players' fingers are fast enough. And I'm liking the draft of the style of Impunity much more. We've got plenty of team fight. They got strong, sustaining heroes. They've got their late game also secured with the Arlie pick. So, I never like these heavy single target focused lineups because if you don't burst their core hero right from the get-go, you are in for a terrible fight later on.
Yes, what more is that Arlie is not that of a mobile hero. Definitely not mobile. So she will just be relying on to her flash. And if it so happens that Dune or maybe Lamb goes on a flank, she could be on a dangerous position. But then again, it's more about the execution. We'll see about that. This is the second to the last series for tonight. Team Secret versus Impunity. Who will be at its best? We'll find out.
We will find out indeed. The crucial match for Team Secret. If they lose this game, they are pretty much out of the running for the playoffs. But Impunity also won this win to secure their spot in the top 4 of their groups. And we're off to a very heavy, very aggressive start with both teams putting 5 heroes in mid. Oh, Xiaolin in some trouble being chased down there by Xuan. Not going to be able to close out the distance. And Xiaolin, fancy footwork. She might be in trouble though, but the flash forward from Black, he acts as the bouncer, the bodyguard to protect Xiaolin, and Xiaolin will be A-OK.
Definitely gonna be A-OK with the maple dance being done so well. He definitely confused the members of Team Secret as to where he is going into the map. But given that they have actually started off in the middle lane, Lady Jen will be taking more of the gold advantage onto the farm lane as he actually went there because of the mage minions if he actually go for that one. But and then again, I think that is also to avoid the range disadvantage that he has up against the Garo.
Yeah, that lane is not great for Arlie. The Garo is always going to be able to harass from afar. And this is probably the smarter move there, having the Lady Zen to just push out the wave and then having the Lady Zen to rotate somewhere else across the map. So that's going to allow them to be a lot quicker. But, Impunity, they do have the Lan. The Lan can start rotating very soon. He's almost level 4 once he gets another creep camp. He's already level 4, in fact. So he should be able to get some things done across the map. And he's looking at the river right now. He's trying to go for it.
That's so true, but on the top side though, we can see Sherwan already less than half-life, almost up against the Dune onto the top side. But meantime, we have the fight ongoing. Look at that Ashen already falling down onto the hands of the members of Team Secret, Tihan X. That is goodness from them, because we definitely would want to see this Musashi to go online as, to go for the full potential later on.
Yeah, definitely, and it also slows down the tempo there for Asing on the Lamb. The Lamb cannot be off to a terrible start. He needs to play in the front because that's how that hero does. He needs to go in front, utilize his lifesteal to sustain in the fights, and then get some huge damage in those fights. So if they're able to shut down Asing, that's gonna bode well there for Team Secret, and they are really going for it, really invading the jungle right now, taking away more and more camps, but here comes the rotation from Black. He's towards the backline looking for Taiyen. Taiyen though protected by the Musashi. Musashi going for the kill. Flash forward trying to keep him alive, and Black will be able to survive for now. But can they get a little bit more? Can they get more things done here for the side of Team Secret?
Well, that is a June we're talking about. Lots of way for him to actually sustain. Lots of HP regen. And of course, if in case he gets the itemization that he needs, he can deal some source of true damage as well up against the members of TS. But for the meantime, again, lots of sustain for the Dune in there. I think Ashing in here will have yet to find a way to go for TS Sun to get ganked, but we're not seeing that right now being done by Impunity. So I guess this is like an opportunity for Sun to actually go online.
Yeah, Sun's playing very safe, knowing that, you know, as a Garo, he cannot play too forward. He has to rely on his teammates and his positioning to stay alive. So he's been doing so well so far, not really being aggressed upon by the side of Impunity, and that has allowed him to take the Tyrant as well. So that's going to be more gold going towards his Garo, and Garo is one of those heroes that if you give her a good lane, a good laning phase, she's going to be doing very well towards the mid game, and we see items already completed on her.
That's so true. I mean, this is he just probably just needs one or two more items, then he can just like rotate towards the mid. But look at the damage coming from the Arlie as well, poking here and there. This is what we're talking about. Even though she's got a lesser range in comparison to the Garo, you can just like go for that magical damage poke as well. Most especially if you know, if they have the chain lightning buff. Fortunately, it was on the side of TS, so they're pretty much the Sun is pretty much safe on the damage. But Hollow Flood, because we can see Mayin is actually almost close to death on that particular fight, coming from forced by Impunity, but will still be safe thanks to the backup coming from Shishan in here. But seems like Shishan, almost to death as well. This is looking scary. I mean, all of the sustain and frontliner damage dealers coming from the side of Impunity is just overly confident right now. But look at that, Mai Shiranui almost close to death in here. Even Shuan still be able to kill off Ashing in the process. This is not looking good for Ashing.
Oh wow, Team Secret absolutely just outplayed Impunity right there. Two heroes surviving, and they're getting able for more. Xuan going for the help on towards Black, but it will be 10x getting the last hit. This is an absolute disaster right now for Impunity. I like their draft, but I don't like their plays right now. They're just falling behind. 2,000 net worth for the lead right now for Team Secret, and the Malaysian squad really just taking control of the entire map at the moment. It's looking rough. Early game. This Musashi, you can't let him off to a good start because he just becomes unkillable in the late game.
We told you, this is all about the execution, and execution is what Team Secret is showing us right now. No, quite unfortunately, that death from below did not connect coming from the Lamb. But then again, will the fight continue in here onto the jungle camp of Impunity right now? They're just going to be stealing off the camps to give more farm for themselves, and the rest of the members of Impunity are just basically forced to back away. This is not a happy Ashing we're seeing right now as a Lamb.
Yeah, this Team Secret lineup is just taking everything away from the side of Impunity. The only silver lining right now is Shaolin has been really farming very well on the bottom lane, so they do still have the Arlie to back up to rely on, but they do lose the Overlord. 10x will be able to pick that one up for himself, and the lead extends to almost 3,000 right now. Yuhan in some trouble, taking a lot of damage by onto Shaolin. Shaolin, good movement, able to survive, but he will sacrifice his teammate Megumi, not able to survive. And Shaolin.
What an impressive play coming from Shuan in there. You saw how he actually flanked onto the side, creating that space for Sun to actually free it onto the bottom lane. And here we go, they're not even stopping because he's going to be bursting down the life. Oh, Shaolin in the process taking advantage of the lead that they've got. And it doesn't matter, even if Sun doesn't have a kill as of yet, he's going for the objective, the main objectives in the game when they can push towards the Crystal in the process. And my oh my, this is looking scary right now with the lead being that is actually onto the hands of Team Secret.
Yep, Ashing in some trouble being chased down there off cam. Ashing will fall to KNX. That's a solo kill. And that's the tier 1 tower in the mid falling. Black is already very low. Are they going to go for it? No, too deep. They're going to get fueled up there by the Cheyenne. But this is classic Team Secret. This is exactly how they like to play. Aggressive in your face, always in your jungle, and just starve you across the map.
That's so true. I mean, TNX was able to deal without a smite before, so what more that he has a smite now? So I think that's the moment where I said, okay, I believe even further in Team Secret right now. But yeah, let's take a look at that one because again, like you mentioned, Shaolin might still be the saving grace for the side of Impunity in here for as long as they wait for a later stages of game.
They might get their opportunity right now. Shen down to half health already, but a little bit too deep for Impunity to commit there. They weren't sure if backup was coming at any point in time, so they're gonna let her go. It's still a 6,000 net worth lead going towards the way of Team Secret right now, and they're trying to go for more. Stuns do not connect. Top lane being dealt with there by the Dun. Bottom lane being dealt with by Asing. But it's starting to feel like Team Secret can just do anything and probably end this game very soon, because once this Tyrant falls and the subsequent overall goes their way, they should be feeling comfortable with this lead to push up towards the high ground.
That's true, and of course with the buff being given by the Spear of Purity coming from Garo, whenever she is with the team fight, is gonna boost up the damage coming from her teammates. And we're talking about 1, 2, 3 itemization already onto the Garo, going to 4th, and this is looking scary. This is going to be a quick tower push for them as well. Without even without the minion, they can definitely do. But onto the flank, we can see, oh my goodness, this Ma Yin-Shu one is just really looking scary if she sees you in the map.
Yeah, it is starting to feel very claustrophobic here for the side of Impunity. Everywhere you go, anywhere you stand, it's going to be always a danger of being cut off by one of these heroes. I mean, Xuan, you've got TNX, you've got Shisan, all these 3 heroes are capable of getting a solo kill on towards you. And it is getting hard to split up from the rest of the team is Impunity, and that's why we see them balling together, just sticking together, trying their best to try and get a solo pick off somewhere or the other, and they might be able to get it. Oh, Shen dropping so low, but they weren't going to commit for it. Shaolin playing a bit scared right now.
Yeah, that's so true. And Shuan definitely super low in HP. Would want to go for that. Yeah, but look at that Black already getting slowed down, getting poked out. But it was the members, and this is already the Archer that we are looking for. Free hitting from the backline as well. That is a Sun. But then again, look at this engage. Ashing is not definitely having fun. So much deaths already at 11-minute game time. And looks like this is going to be it anytime soon, as we have 1 member left. 0 remaining onto the side of Impunity. No one is going to go back alive soon. They want more kill. Oh, but John went overboard. But looks like this is going to be almost it. Yes, indeed. Team Secret will secure this win up against Impunity.
11 minutes in, after a terrible day for Team Secret, at least they cap it off with a win against Impunity in their group. So they are both tied in terms of score, 1 and 2. For both teams, and you know, a little bit of a silver lining that gives them a fighting chance for Team Secret to claw their way back to top 4. If they lost this game, it was virtually impossible for them to get to top 4, but after this win, there is a light at the end of the tunnel for them.
There is definitely some hope now for Team Secret, but of course, now looking at Impunity, they have to find their way out of the bottom 2, but then again, we'll just have to find out, because both of these teams, it's their last game for today. They will be continuing their next few matches tomorrow on day 2. But of course, don't you go away, because anytime we still have another series to watch later on. But let's take a look at the highlights from what has happened a while ago. So execution-wise, it was like almost back and forth, except for the fact that Ashing kept on dying early stages of the game. 0.
Yeah, but that was just, you know, Team Secret really just outplaying the side of Impunity. And, you know, both these teams, they are very close with each other. They have known each other as different players, as players from multiple game titles. So they are very close with each other. They definitely have been scrimming against each other. Team Secret did spend some time in a boot camp in a different region to try and improve their chances and the fruits of their labor is showing slightly here. Obviously, the current results in the group stages aren't that promising yet, but with this win, they do stand a chance to make all that hard work pay off. And let's take a look at the stats. 10-1 in terms of overall team score.
Wow.
Shisan really doing a lot of damage for his team, and of course, overall, just Xuan and TNX really just playing their heroes to perfection.
Yeah, that's true. And here we usually would that is looking scary. Lots of free sets in here for even maybe the Lady Jen or the Dun or the Lamb, but that didn't pay off. I mean, in here most of the time we would see Dolia really just going for that clearing of minion, but we did not see the action. But for the meantime, let's talk about our MVP of that particular game. It's gonna be Shisan, our Mai Shiranui. He did a lot of good pickoffs from a while ago, just catching the target. Actually, there's two of them, both my Yin as well as my Shiranui. So, but then again, I think it's just like the burst damages as well, and allowing the Garo and the rest of his teammate and Musashi as well to get the pick that he needs up against Lam. I think that's also because of my Shiranui's Shisan.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you guys might know him as Long. That's a more familiar name, and he definitely showcased how strong the Mai Shiranui can be with the amount of burst damage. He doesn't even need too many items, just a Staff of Reverberation, and he's good to go. And this lineup for Team Secret really worked out in terms of like the single target focus. Like you said earlier, it was just TNX, it was Shisan, it was Xuan as well, just getting these solo pickoffs. They are strong in these 1v1 fights, and they were playing the map to how they wanted it to go. So really great showing here from the side of Team Secret, giving them a chance for top 4 in this group.
Yeah, and I think one thing we'd notice in there is like they went onto the mid, right? Yes, they're gonna be, our farm laner on the side of Team Impunity went onto the middle lane, and that will, without the additional gold coming from the minion waves on the farm lane, that is not gonna allow her to go online as fast as he can in the farm lane, because it was actually the Lady Jen capitalizing on that. Yes, he was able to avoid the Garo, but then again he lost the farm that he immediately needs on that one. But yeah, that is for our second to the last series for tonight. There is one more. It's gonna be LGD versus Team Vitality, but that is up for next after a really short break. Once again, I'm Gisai, with me is Zero. We'll be back.